Hello, everyone, and welcome to Armstrong in the Loop podcast. I'm your host, Seth Prentice. Today, I'm joined by Tina Miller with the First United Methodist Church of Butler. Tina, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Seth.
Tina, we're here today to talk about your mission team and the trip they'll be making in May. What are all of you planning? Where will you be going?
We are heading to Killeen, Texas, and we will be staying at Soldiers Hospitality House. It is a house run by missionaries, and they serve Fort Hood, Texas post there, which is one of the largest Army posts in the United States. So they provide services for soldiers and their families by holding church services and a solace and a place for them to stay and come and have respite, dinner, games, and such.
What is the mission that they believe and that they are sharing?
The Blokers believe in ministry as a whole, reaching out to mainly the single soldiers of the base, but also they're finding out a lot of families are involved with wanting to be a part of this also. So they are the hands and feet of Christ. What they do is they reach out to these soldiers to see where they're at. They need help. They're far from home. They're staying on a base, dorm style, living for especially single soldiers. There's been a lot of incidences on base a few years back where there's been some suicides that kind of happened very close together. So sometimes now they don't even really have privacy. They have taken doors off of bedrooms just so that your roommates can account for what you're feeling, what's going on with you. And that's kind of the Army's way of dealing with it. And Ben and Melody provide church services at their home on Thursdays. They'll have 30 to 40 people there. They cook for them, and they provide a modern church service with modern music. It's just casual, and it's really uplifting. On Wednesday nights, they actually provide single soldiers night, they call it. So they will even pick up soldiers from the base and bring them out for dinner and activities, and just to see where they're sitting at with their week.
So is this their actual full-time house, or is this a location that they've provided?
This is actually a house that they live in. It's actually two homes there. There's a home in the front, which services what they do with the soldiers and their families. And then they have a home that is built onto the back of the house where they and their 5 children live. And they're a pretty remarkable couple. And the front of the house is where we will be staying. It has about 4 or 5 bedrooms, kitchen, living room, a really large dining room, as you can tell from having 30 to 40 people come for dinner, and a really nice, huge living space area where they actually provide the church and music.
What are your goals to help them while you're there and projects that you plan on accomplishing?
While we're there, I think we're going to be working on a outdoor shed or a pole barn, and they're looking for an outdoor bathroom. Also, they had a pavilion built, a rather large one. They would like to have retreats where the local community be able to come out and use the space. And to put a bathroom outside would make it feasible for people there not to have to walk so far into the house. It is a 16-acre property amongst a vast area of new homes being built around them. So,
well, you're talking of a shed and pole barn, which that can go up pretty easily, but an outside restroom, I think that might take a little work.
It will take some time. In 1 week, it's probably not going to be possible for us to finish it. And so we're actually talking with Ben right now to see what is most important for what is beneficial for what they need at this time.
Tina, who do Ben and Melody Bloker work for?
Ben and Melody serve as missionaries for Cadence International. And Cadence International believes that ministry is a very important part of these soldiers' lives who might be unchurched or not know about God. And they believe that that having homes all over the United States and the world would provide respite for wherever these soldiers may be serving throughout this nation and so on. They have homes anywhere from Georgia, Colorado, Wyoming, anywhere in the United States that there's a major base. They will have a house or two and sometimes 3, depending how big the area is, outside of the base area so that they can serve these soldiers and their families, as well as internationally. They're in Spain, Korea, South Korea, they're in Germany, and many other countries that they're serving there also. And actually that's where the Blokers met, was in Germany, where Ben was serving I believe in the Air Force at that time. And Melody was actually a youth missionary for Cadence International at a house over there outside one of the bases. So,
how did you hear about the Soldiers Hospitality House?
I heard about it through our missions team board at our church at First United Methodist Church in Butler, Pennsylvania. And it's one of the missions that we support. We support 3 missions as a church. We support a local mission called Fishbone, which is a wonderful mission to check out, local to Butler area. And we support a national mission, which is our Soldiers Hospitality House. And we support a international mission. We just call it Honduras. It serves several different areas. Honduras, dealing with children and tutoring and helping with cultures, trying to get them work and teach them how to survive in their daily lives. So.
That's fantastic. None of this is free, sadly, as I know all of you would drop what you're doing right now to go there if you could. How are you raising funds for this trip?
Thank you, Seth, for asking. We are having some different fundraisers. On March 8th, we are having our tour of Italy. It will be at the First United Methodist Church in Butler, Pennsylvania, and that will be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We will be having different pastas, sauces, salad, bread, desserts, and camaraderie. So we will be helping with that, and we have a cook that will be coming in cooking the amazing food for us. We will be also having a second luncheon at the church, April 19th, and it should be around the same time, which would be 11 to 1 on that date also, which would be a Sunday.
Can tickets be purchased ahead of time for either of your 2 dinners, or is it pay at the door?
It's pay at the door. It's come, pay at the door, and if you don't want to stay and eat or you don't have the time, you're welcome to come and take takeout also. We have takeout containers, and we would love to have you come and participate.
That's awesome. Now, I also know that you have a GoFundMe page that is up and running for this trip.
Yes, we do. For our local church, it's easy enough to donate, but for any of you that are listening, if you'd like to participate prayerfully or financially, we have a FUMC Mission Team Soldiers Hospitality House GoFundMe page.
And the information for that will be included in the show notes so that anyone that would like to go to the link for it can click on it and make a donation to your worthy cause. Anything else you'd like to share with us today, Tina, that we might have missed?
Just about the Blokers and who else they serve. Not just the single soldiers on base, but the families. I found out while I was down there for a few days this past summer that they have reached out to a lot of soldiers who are deployed and their families that are left behind. So it's been a respite and a place of Bible study and a place for them to spend time while their soldier is gone. We have had female soldiers, we've had male soldiers, it doesn't matter the gender. They have been involved in Bible studies and dinners and activities that they do once a month. They'll plan an activity to any local something local that's going on within Killeen. It's in the Austin area of Texas, something like that, so they'll have an outing. And these women and men are very appreciative who are serving overseas, because when they come home, some of them don't even really know what Soldiers Hospitality House is. So they're walking into being appreciative of their family having somewhere to go, a family per se, when they're gone. And then that actually brings in those soldiers because of the gratefulness that they realize that the Blokers are providing.
I believe one last comment on my behalf is that I really enjoyed the comment you made of that you don't go in as your rank, you go in as a Christian.
Yes.
And that's pretty amazing that all of them follow that as they walk through that door.
I've met commanding officers of fleets of Apaches down to privates, and when they stepped in that door, it was just amazing. My husband is a retired 21-year veteran of the National Guard, And I've been around soldiers for a very long time and their families. I was in charge of the family support group for a couple years while they were deployed. And I really enjoy that type of work. But to see the camaraderie that you see between them when they are not on base, and to accept each other and not feel that you have to be scared of someone in a higher power than you. So when you walk in the door, you are there to serve each other and be the hands and feet of Christ, and just be loving the way God would want us to be.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you and your mission team the best in your trip to the Soldiers Hospitality House.
Thank you for having me.
For Armstrong in the Loop podcast, I'm Seth Prentice, keeping you in the loop. Are you enjoying Armstrong in the Loop podcast? Great news! All past and current episodes are available on popular streaming apps and websites. Search Armstrong in the Loop podcast and subscribe today.
There's so much you can do with technology. It's amazing. Armstrong gives you control of your home network and all the entertainment that makes your world go round. If you need help, we're easy to reach for support too. Armstrong, life made easy.